Well, it's been almost 2 weeks since my last video, so I had to do something about it. And yeah, I got a sick video for you guys today. So a few weeks ago, we did the cheapest budget red loadout or inventory you can get, where I showed you the cheapest red skin for every weapon in the game. Today we're going to do the exact same thing, but for the blue loadout. So I'm going to show you the cheapest blue combo with knife and gloves you can get, and the cheapest blue skin for every weapon in the game. Let's get into it.
Today's video is sponsored by SkinsMonkey, and SkinsMonkey is a new easy to use trading website. After putting in your trade URL, you just have to press the skins on the left side in your inventory you want to trade. Then on the right side you can choose any skin of your liking you want to receive. If you should be short on money to do your trade, you can press the top up balance right here in your inventory. Use my code HARTWICH to get an extra 5%. You can also use the code to get $5 for free. Just trade $100 to make the most of it. The link will be in the description.
So as always, we always start off with the knife and glove combo. So this combo in total is $250, and we got some shadow daggers, bright water in mineral rare condition. And please notice that if I have something in mineral rare condition, a lot of the skins to weapons field test condition is usually because it doesn't really make sense to buy it in another condition. So the price difference between this one in mineral rare condition and a field tested pair is like $8 or $9. It's almost the same, and these shadow daggers being $110, it doesn't really make the biggest difference, but of course you could go for field test pair and save yourself $10. The gloves is polygon gloves, motor gloves in battle condition, and this is $140. This is the cheapest pair of blue gloves you can get in the game. As well, they are battle scarred, so it doesn't come any cheaper than this. So $250 for this combo. Then starting with the first skin or weapon of the video, we got the USP. Here we have the USP blueprint, actually a little bit expensive, but blue as well is not the cheapest color you can find, to be honest. But also the USP is more expensive than most of them, most of the weapons. So the USP blueprint in field tested condition is $4.35. And then if you're wild enough to use the P2000 over the USP, I got you covered, because you got the P2000 Oceanic. This one in mineral rare condition is only 15 cents. So obviously a really cheap option here for a CT starter pistol. Yeah, coming at 15 cents. Then for the Glock, we got the Glock 18 Off-World. This one is in field test condition as well. And this one is another skin that costs only 15 cents, so another really cheap one. And again, just to remind you guys, usually, or the reason why I chose these skins in field test condition is most of them, if you look on Buff or any other site where you can buy skins for a cash price, so cheaper than Steam Market, there's not the biggest difference. This one in field test condition is 15 cents. If you wanted to get this one in like battle scarred or well worn, it would maybe be like 12-13 cents. So there's only like a few cents difference. So you might as well get it a little bit cleaner and don't have to pay that much on top, like 2-3 cents. Where the price difference from field tested to mineral rare on most of the weapons is really big, usually like double, sometimes even more than double the price. But 15 cents for the Glock in field test condition. Then for the Duberetters, probably my favorite skins for this video, because it just looks so clean and good in CS2, it is the Duberetters Cobalt Quartz. These are in mineral rare condition, and they also cost only 15 cents. And then we got the fourth skin in a row that comes in at a price tag of 15 cents. And this is the P250 Valance, and this one is in field tested condition. Then we got probably the cheapest weapon or skin of the video, which is the 5.7 Forest Knight. And this one in mineral rare condition only costs 2 cents. So yeah, you can go ahead, grab it off Steam Market for like 3 cents, since that's the cheapest you can listing something for on Steam Market without having to lose money. But yeah, this is definitely the cheapest skin in this video. So 2 cents for this one in mineral rare condition. Then for another really clean skin, in my opinion, we got the Tech 9 Ice Cap. This one is also in field test condition, and this one is 20 cents. So actually a really cheap and clean Tech 9 in my opinion. Of course it does have some scratches, as is only field test condition. But yeah, for 20 cents, this is a really nice Tech 9 for a blue loadout. Then for the Desert Eagle, we got the Desert Eagle Blue Ply, which is in field test condition. This one, of course, doesn't have that much blue to it, but it does have quite a lot of blue. And then, of course, black and white. But if you want to get like completely blue deagle for your blue loadout, you have to go up a bit. At I think the cheapest one after this one is 12-13 euros. Like yeah, somewhere around 12 to 15 euros. And this one is only 20 cents in field test condition. And then for the R8 lovers, we got the R8 grip. Of course, I love gray or like metallic. But the blue we got to this one is the handle, so this one is light blue, and it's the best we can do for a reasonable price. As this one also only costs 7 cents, so really cheap, and to be honest, it looks really clean for the price. It's a decent R8 to go with. And then we have to cover the last pistol, which is the CZ 75 Auto. And for the CZ, I went with the Indigo, since this one is almost the only blue CZ in the game, and in middleware condition this one is $2.05, so quite expensive compared to all the other skins for the pistols, except the USP of course, but this one is the cheapest and best option for a blue CZ. Then moving on to mid-tier weapons, we start off with the Nova. And for the Nova, we got the Nova Wind Balloon, which in field test condition cost 15 cents. Like a lot of other skins in this video, for some reason most of them just come in at 15 cents. But yeah, really clean Nova, got some white to it. I love light blue. And yeah, if you're a Nova enjoyer, 15 cents for this one in field test condition. And then for the P90, we got the P90 Off-World. Similar or like the same skin as the Glock, as I also showed you, the Glock 18 Off-World, and this one in field test condition cost you 20 cents. Then for the Negev, we got the Negev Dazzle, and this one in field test condition is only 10 cents. Another skin which got a lot of white to it, but at the same time we got different variants of blue. We got yeah, dark blue most of it, and then in between the white, of course, we got a lot of light blue as well. Really nice Negev. So if you are that type of player running around in game with a Negev, you can grab this one for a blue loadout for only 10 cents. Then for the MP9, this one was the best I could come up with. It does have some light blue-ish, I would say, to it. And then of course I love black and a little bit of purple. It is the MP9 Goo, but if you want to get a blue MP9, it's something like, I think it's called Leader Glass, if I'm not mistaken. I might be wrong, but I have like a picture of it in my head. I will pop it up on the screen. But that's really expensive. So this one is the closest to a blue MP9 you get on a really low budget, and this one in field test condition is 65 cents. Then for the UMP, we got the UMP Exposure. This one is a really sick one, like an X-ray type skin, where you can set like see like the skeleton of the weapon, which is the blue. And yeah, this one in field test condition is 35 cents. So in my opinion, a really sick blue UMP for another like really cheap price of 35 cents. Then we got the XM1014, also known as the auto shotgun. This one is the Slipstream. Got a lot of light blue, some different variants of the blue color to it, and then a decent amount of black and white, but it does do the job. And in field test condition, as this one is, it comes in at only 10 cents. And then for the PP Bison, we got the Protect Zone. This one is almost the same price in field tested and minimal wear. There is a really low price difference between the two of them. So I did pick the minimal wear one, and this one in minimal wear condition cost 70 cents. So a little bit pricey compared to some of the other skins we got for the mid-tier weapons, but we're still below the $1 mark, so it's not that terrible. On the other hand, you could go down in a lower condition of the skin and save a little bit of money. Then for the Mac 10, we got a skin I already showed you, because I did at the beginning of the video show you the P2000 Oceanic, and we also got a Mac 10 Oceanic. So this one is definitely my favorite of the two. In my opinion, this one is a really clean skin and probably one of the best skins in this video, together with the Dual Berettas, just because it looks so clean. It's really cheap, and if you're looking for a blue Mac 10 for your blue loadout or inventory, this one is the perfect fit. So this one is in middleware condition and comes in at only 15 cents. Then we move on to the MP7. Here we got the MP7 Cyrus, another really nice skin where you actually get a lot of blue for not that much money, as this one is also in middleware condition, because the price difference between the field test one and middleware one is really low. And yeah, this one is also 15 cents, so it's the same price range and condition as the Mac 10. Really sick MP7. Then moving on to the Mac 7, not the cleanest one, but it does do the job, and it does have a lot of blue to it. It's almost completely blue, and it is the Mac 7 Cobalt Core, but if you have it in a high condition, this one can look really clean. And yeah, this one is in field test condition and comes in at 30 cents. So not that pricey, and if you use the Mac 7 for some reason, I mean most of you probably don't, and want to get it in a little bit cleaner look, you could say, you could put in a few extra money and get it in middleware condition, which is like double the price, but it's still only 60 cents, but otherwise 30 cents for this one in field test condition. Then for the M249, we got the OSIPR, which is which is a really terrible name to pronounce, but hey, it's a cheap M249. I know this one probably is the least used weapon in the game, as is, I believe, still the most expensive weapon to buy, or at least more expensive than AVP, and it's absolutely terrible to use. But yeah, this one is in field test condition and costs you 15 cents. Then for all the MP5 lovers out there, we actually got a really nice blue skin for you. So this one is the MP5 SD, or as now people just call it, the MP5. And this one is called CO Processor. And yeah, in field test condition, this one costs 20 cents. It's a really cheap option here for a really decent skin actually. This one is also one of the better ones in this video, in my opinion. Then we are moving on to the last mid-tier weapon. This one is of course a lot more purple than blue, but it's the best one you can get, and also for a pretty fair price, since this one is in field test condition and comes in at 55 cents, so a little bit more pricey compared to the other ones, but we're still like at around the $50 mark, so I would say it's doable. And yes, still, you know, got some blue to it, but it's the best option for the sort of. Then moving on to the rifles, for the M4A1S, we got the Nightmare in field test condition. These weapons we're coming to now, of course, are mostly a bit more pricey compared to the other ones, as these are the main weapon, and this one is without doubt the cheapest blue option you got, and it still cost $10. But to be honest, for what you get, this one is really cheap in my opinion. Like, this one is really nice info from an older case. It's classified rarity, which means it's a pink skin, and in filtered condition, which is a decent condition, it's only $10, so it's not too bad. But I know it can be still a little bit pricey to buy a $10 skin on a tight budget, but this one is the best option for you. If you're using the M4A4 instead of the M4A1S, you got a bit of a cheaper option here and still a really sick skin for the M4, which is the M4A4 Spider Lily, and this one in field test condition comes in at $4.55. And then for the AK, we got the AK-47 Ice Cold. Not my favorite AK, to be honest. It looks a little bit weird in my opinion, but it does have a lot of blue to it. Some of you might really like this one as well. It's like a skin that you either like or don't, I think. And in field test condition, this one is not that expensive as well, coming in at just barely below or just below $5 at $4.95. And then moving on to the FAMAS, we got a really cheap option here for a weapon some of you might use pretty often, actually, maybe in ecos or something, I don't know, but it is the FAMAS, and yeah, this one in field test condition comes in at only 5 cents, so one of the cheapest options for the rifles. The next two options is also actually only 5 cents, but yeah, 5 cents for this one. Then moving on to the Galil, we got a really similar skin in the colors, but a lot of black and then some light blue greenish. But it is yeah, the Galil era Cold Fusion, and as mentioned, this one also comes in at 5 cents, and the one I have right here is in field test condition. For the SG, also known as the Scout, we got the mainframe 001, and this one in field test condition is 5 cents. A really sick Scout for a really cheap price of 5 cents. You got another option with the Scout Abyss, I think it's called, which is from the Breakout case, which is also fairly like cheap compared to what you get, and that's a lot more blue and also a pretty sick Scout. I mean, better than this one, but this one is a bit cheaper, but the other one is not too bad as well. But the mainframe, 5 cents. Then moving on to the AVP, we got one of the best budget AVPs in the game. This one could also be used for a green loadout, to be honest. Or maybe actually the AVP Viper, but that's another talk. We are here for the blue loadout. And yeah, AVP Apherius, probably most people's most favorite budget skin in the game. I'm not sure if it's my favorite, but it's definitely on top or in the top somewhere, as this one in field test condition is only $3.80, and it's an absolutely beautiful AVP for that price. So yeah, $3.80 for a AVP in field test condition. Then moving on to the SG 553. Yeah, normal people call this just ASG. And yeah, we got the Aloha in field test condition. This one is from the clutch case. A really sick one, got a lot of purple and blue to it, and only cost in field test condition 5 cents. So another really cheap skin here to one of the main weapons some of you might use. I know not that many use this weapon anymore after it got nerfed a long time ago. But hey, if you use it, 5 cents. If you don't, you could save yourself 5 cents. But on the other hand, you probably need to get this one to have like a completely blue full loadout, and 5 cents, that's not too bad. Then moving on to the AUG, we got another really like reasonable priced skin. This one in field test condition is double the price of the SG, but since that was only 5 cents, this one comes in at 10 cents, which is still really cheap, and a price range that we really like to be at, being on a budget. So yeah, 10 cents for this one in field test condition. Then we're coming to the first of the two auto snipers, which is the Scar 20. And this one is this auto sniper for the CT side. And here we got the Scar 20 Assault in mid-wear condition. Really sick. Goes really well with the blue loadout and the gloves as well. Almost completely blue. And it comes in at only 15 cents. So a really cheap option here for a nice Scout skin on your CT side. Then moving over to the T side auto sniper, we got the G3 SD1 Dream Glade. Of course, as you can see, this one has mainly green to it, but it is the best option at the most reasonable price. And to be fair, the like water or the pool or whatever it's supposed to be, the blue centered at the skin, is really centered and is like on the body of the auto sniper. So it fits still pretty well, since you can see all the blue being on the skin. And this one in field test condition comes in at 30 cents.